And in the church, we know we are called to be the voice for the voiceless, and that example is set for us beautifully by our Holy Father.
È licito, è giusto.
I ask, is it licit? Is it right to eliminate a human life to resolve a problem?
Umana per risolvere un problema.
It's a human life. That's science. The moral question is whether it is right to take a human life to solve a problem. Indeed, is it right to hire a hitman to solve a problem?
Hiring a hitman. Those strong words from the Holy Father on the practice of abortion. Pope Francis has long defended the right to life throughout his papacy, speaking out for those who can't speak for themselves, from conception until natural death, upholding Catholic teaching. It reads in the Catechism, human life is sacred. No one can under any circumstance claim for himself the right directly to destroy an innocent human being. Francis has never backed down from standing up for life, likening abortion to the work of the mafia.
L'aborto non è un male minore.
Abortion is not the lesser evil. It is a crime. You throw someone out to save another. That's what the mafia does. It is a crime, an absolute evil.
È un male assoluto.
Back in September, the Holy Father spoke to reporters during his return trip from his apostolic journey to Southeast Asia, reiterating the Church's stance on abortion.
Un assassinio. È un assassinio.
I deem deplorable the practice of so-called surrogate motherhood, which represents a grave violation of the dignity of the woman and the child.
Vita è una cosa brutta.
Continuing his advocacy for human life in the womb, in January, Pope Francis called for a worldwide ban on surrogacy, saying the practice exploits the child as an object of trafficking.
I deem deplorable the practice of so-called surrogate motherhood, which represents a grave violation of the dignity of the woman and the child.
Pope Francis has spoken out about other pro-life issues outside of the womb, addressing so-called gender theory in January. Francis calls it extremely dangerous.
Perché cancella le differenze.
It cancels differences in its claim to make everyone equal. These instances of ideological colonization prove injurious and create divisions between states rather than fostering peace.
Anziché favorire l'edificazione della pace.
The Holy Father also wrote about capital punishment this year in the preface of a book called A Christian on Death Row, My Commitment to Those Condemned, warning that it fosters a cycle of revenge in society and has called for efforts to abolish it. The Holy Father wrote that governments should, quote, focus on allowing prisoners the opportunity to truly change their lives, rather than investing money and resources in their execution. We must never think that there could be a sin, a mistake, or an action of ours that distances us permanently from the Lord. His heart has already been crucified for us. And in May, Pope Francis wrote about two topics that are often overlooked in our secular society: openness to children and parenthood. The Holy Father wrote about these issues in the Bull of Indiction of the Ordinary Jubilee of the year 2025, an official papal document announcing the dates of the beginning and end of this holy year. Francis said, quote, openness to life and responsible parenthood is the design that the Creator has implanted in the hearts and bodies of men and women. The desire of young people to give birth to new sons and daughters as a sign of the fruitfulness of their love ensures a future for every society.